What's up, Dr. Gam? This is Zach Hobson from Educational Technology, Education 221 at Wittenberg University. This is my week number 4 assignment. My apologies for taking some time to get it to you. The first half of my semester has been really crazy, and I'm taking some time this week to catch up on a lot of things, in particular this class, as it comes to an end on Friday before we head into spring break. So for this assignment, I decided to take a look at StudyBlue, which is an academic website and application. It's a service that's put on by Chegg, which is another academic service for students and teachers, professors alike. So I decided to take a look at StudyBlue because it is described as being an alternative or a academic tool that is very similar to Quizlet, and having used Quizlet many times throughout my academic career, I decided to take a look at StudyBlue and see what a lot of people use in lieu of Quizlet. So as you can see, I've created an account on StudyBlue and I've logged in here. Upon creating an account, you can create or join a class. So you can see here I have created both Education 221 and Philosophy 209, which is another class that I'm presently enrolled in here at Wittenberg. And then you can also join a class that is either created by one of your peers, a student at another institution, or a professor, instructor, teacher of another class. So StudyBlue is a tool for teachers, professors, students, everyone to use and study and create study materials. But for the purpose of this video and me explaining StudyBlue, I'm going to look at it through the lens of this Philosophy 209 class that I've created. We had an exam this past week, and one of the things that we were tested on was hip-hop artists' real names. So I created a set of flashcards that you will see here. There are 15 of them, and there are a variety of ways that you can study a set of flashcards that you make. So I'm going to click Study Now here, and you can see there's 3 options: flip cards, take quiz, and review sheet. For the flip card section, you can determine how many cards you want to see, in what order, and which side of the card you want to see first. So for this example, I would either see the hip-hop artist's real name, and then I would have to determine what their artist name is, or vice versa. So however I choose to study, I can put the questions in order of how I created them, in a random order. The least studied, so StudyBlue will record how many times you've looked at and studied a particular flashcard, and then it'll also go hardest to easiest, which I will show you how it determines that, and clicking Study Now and looking at these flashcards. So for example, right here, I know that this is Cardi B, so I'm going to flip the card with my space key. I got that right, and it goes right to the next card. So I know this is logic, but for the purpose of this, I'm going to say I got it wrong, and so we're going to finish studying here, and you will see that next to logic's card's name, I have a few red dots here. So I've gotten that one wrong a few times in a row, according to StudyBlue. So when I go to study, and if I were to select hardest to easiest, you will see that one will be the first one that'll come up. So moving on to studying by taking a quiz. Again, you can decide how many of the flip cards you want to see, and again, in what order you want to see them. You can see them in multiple choice format, true-false format, fill-in-the-blank format, or a combination of the 3. So here I have all 3 selected. I'm going to click Study Now, and I have 5 multiple choice questions, 5 true-false questions, and 5 fill-in-the-blank questions that I can study and have graded. And again, it will record my answers and allow me to do some smarter studying and study some things that I'm really struggling with. And then lastly, we have the review sheet feature, which plain and simple, it's just going to show you all of your flashcards all in a row right here. And that's a really good way to kind of remember information very easily. And so additionally, you have all of those ways of studying a set of flashcards that you've created or are created for another class that you're in, but you can find information about just about anything on StudyBlue. So I'm going to go here to the main page, and it has some recommended classes for me. And these are all classes that are offered at Wittenberg University and are registered through it on StudyBlue. So we have History 127 here. This is a class that I've taken in the past. It's U.S. History past 1945. Here my friend Peyton Hurl has created a whole bunch of things here for Dr. Wood's class. It appears that maybe a few years ago, Dr. Taylor taught it, and these people made flashcards for it. But I can go into Peyton's set of flashcards and read them. There's a whole lot of them here, and I can study them in the exact same way that I would study my own. So as you can see, StudyBlue is an educational tool, for instructors, students alike, that can be really, really useful in studying and putting together study materials. It's a very easy to use website with a very sleek design. And it is something that I personally will probably use moving forward, either this or Quizlet, but maybe to mix it up, use this. And as I said, it has many of the same features as Quizlet, but is a very useful academic tool for sure. So that is kind of my review of this educational tool, and I highly recommend it.